Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to retain the moisture in your hair. I don't really know what I'm going to title this video yet, but basically I get a lot of questions on how I keep the moisture in my hair or how my hair stays moisturized for like longer periods than just like the first 2 or 3 days after wash day. For some people, they can't even get their hair to remain moisturized for 2 or 3 days. So I'm going to give you guys a few tips that I've learned personally along the way of my natural hair journey. Just a little FAQ. My hair texture / hair type is 4C. I believe most people say that my hair is 4C, so that's kind of what I've rolled with throughout my journey, is that I do have 4C hair. I've been natural for almost 4 years, or maybe exactly 4 years at this point. I believe I went natural 4 years ago in June or July. So yeah, I get asked those questions the most, so I hope that helped you guys just to kind of see where you fall in the same range of me and length, and just as far as if we have similar hair types. The first tip that I have is to use creams and oils as opposed to gels. Now this isn't like a 100% never use gels, but a lot of gel products that you just find like at the beauty supply store do have alcohol in them, and prolonged use of those can break off your hair, can keep your hair from taking in other products that you use on it if you're using those type of gels that do have alcohol in them. It also can just damage your hair in general. So more so than anything, I did say creams and oils, but I really say creams mostly, because creams are thicker formulas and a lot of the creams have nourishing ingredients in them that will help put moisture in your hair. So if you're having issues and you're using like just a random gel, I would try switching to a cream product, maybe from Shea Moisture, Diva Curl, Aussie. Just trying a cream product or an oil from those brands can make a world of difference, because let me tell you, gels, I've seen the negative things that happen when people use gels for long periods of time. The next thing is read the labels, which is the same kind of thing on what I was talking about previously, is reading the back of the products and just making sure that it doesn't have any of those damaging ingredients in it. Now, ingredients, on whether they're good or bad, is kind of like everyone has their different view of what's good and what's bad. I say develop your own thing on what you believe is good and bad and what your hair has shown you that's good or bad. For some people, like sulfates, mineral oil, and certain alcohols are really damaging to their hair. Other people, especially people back in the day, mineral oil was amazing on their hair. So a lot of it is listening to your hair, which I told you guys this back if you've seen my How to Grow Natural Hair. The #1 tip that I feel strongly about is listening to your hair, which is the same thing for this. So make sure you're just researching with yourself personally, going through that research on what works for your hair, kind of trial and error, as well as you can do a quick Google search of harmful ingredients in your hair and it will pop up. Paying attention to what you're actually putting in your hair can help you retain the moisture of it, because you can also, in that same sense, Google ingredients that will add moisture to your hair. So things like aloe vera juice and ingredients that draw in the moisture versus drying out your hair. The sun just went behind the clouds, so it kind of got dark in here. But using that to your advantage as well, as far as on both ends, searching for ingredients that are bad and searching for ingredients that are good, and writing those down or including them in your phone from when you go shopping, so that you know what you're looking for and you're able to make a educated and researched decision. Okay, so the next tip you guys have heard time and time again, but it really does help with the overall moisture of your hair, and that is deep condition. I know y'all know that of course helps, but the difference is that I do want to say is I would make it your business to try different deep conditioners and deciding on what really works for your hair, because a lot of products that claim to be a deep conditioner does not do anything for my hair. So just using any old deep conditioner is not gonna cut it. You want to use a deep conditioner that really makes your hair slip. After you rinse it out, you can see your curls pop, you can feel your hair is softer, it feels more manageable. different things like that. I really like the Aussie 3-Minute Miracle, and I also like the Diva Curl, just their straight up conditioner. Both of those are really great at adding a whole lot of slip. There are plenty more out there in the market, but those happen to be my current favorites. Just taking the time to do that same research, not only with Googling what the best deep conditioners are, but also researching in the sense of actually using those and deciding on whether or not you see a true real difference with them and switching them out or keeping them if they work or if they don't work. The next one I really wanted to talk about, because these beauty supply stores have been lying to us, okay? A lot of the beauty supply stores, when you go in, they have tons of scarves that are there to purchase. This tip is to wear a silk scarf to bed at night. And of course, like being natural, we all know wear a silk scarf to bed, but you want to be very cautious on what you use on your hair. So I have examples. This was marketed as a silk scarf bonnet at a point in time whenever I bought this years ago. This is not a silk scarf. It's a very kind of scratchy material where this is going to suck out all of the moisture in my hair. I actually have worn this, and after a few weeks this will be darker color of this, and that shows me that it's soaked up all the oils that's been in my hair and it stays in there. This is a recently washed, so you can't tell on what I'm talking about. Now this on the other hand rubs together like an actual silk scarf, and it doesn't give you like this scratchiness. It's very soft. This is not it. So I definitely recommend you guys choosing a scarf like this. Now these aren't even in the section on which they have like all of the head scarves and stuff like that. This is in like the clothing section of a beauty supply store near me, and they just have scarves that you can wear like just on your head for fashion, and these are way more trustworthy than the ones that they have in the section. Now whether or not this is true silk, I have no idea, but I feel way more comfortable using this at night because of how soft and silky it is. I also, before we leave this, I know a lot of people say that you can switch out your pillowcases for silk pillowcases and then you don't really have to worry about like the scarf. That isn't my preference, and I want to just put this out there just in case you're experiencing this and you don't even know that you're experiencing it. A lot of hair products do break me out, so if you're having an issue like with your skin breaking out and you don't really sleep with a scarf on and you use your pillowcase as like your silk scarf, protect your skin from the products that are in your hair, because a lot of them are of course not made for the skin, so you don't want those to be transferring onto your skin. So that's just a mini tip outside of that. So wear a silk scarf to bed, a true silk scarf. So my next tip is to use enough product in the initial styling process. So on wash day, whether you're doing a twist out, a braid out, bantu knots, a wash and go, make sure you're using enough product that's going to last you throughout the length of time until your next wash day. Don't go overboard in the sense that you end up getting flakes, but use enough product so that your hair isn't dry the next day. And if your hair is dry the next day, there's a chance that it's not you, it's the product. Switching out, again, doing that trial and error process on what creams, oils, or whatever else you use on your hair. Then you can get into your hair feeling really greasy and not really changing in the sense of getting more moisture. So it's important to just use enough product on the initial day, and that will really just keep the moisture in your hair for way longer periods of time than if you use less product on the first day and then each day after that you're having to add more and more product. It just, after a while, you get product buildup and a bunch of other stuff that you just don't want. So making sure to use enough product on the first day so that it lasts you throughout the week. So this next tip I still need to do, but I do have an idea of what I like or what my hair likes, and that is play around with different oils to see what your hair likes best. So for example, a lot of people do not like coconut oil on their hair, and a lot of people love coconut oil on their hair. Playing around to see and paying attention. Don't only just try the oil and then forget all about it. Make sure that you're actively paying attention to what your hair is liking and what your hair is not liking. So me personally, my hair loves jojoba oil. It's like its favorite oil that I've tried so far. And on the other hand, grapeseed oil sits on top of my hair. A very key tool to this is actually Pinterest. You can find a lot of different oils and what the oils are used for, penetrating oils or shine oils and all of this stuff that you can find on Pinterest. So just going through that and not giving up and figuring out what oil works for you, and starting with Pinterest because it is a great benchmark for what oils will penetrate the hair shaft. And what that just means is that it goes deep into the cuticle of the hair and makes sure that it's moisturized from the inside out, as opposed to just laying on top and giving you that greasy feel. The next one in the same sense is keep your scalp moisturized. So not only do you want to moisturize the length of your hair, you also want to make sure that the base of each hair strand is moisturized so that your hair remains healthy throughout the growing process. So having different oils that will work for the scalp. They have a lot of oils at the beauty supply store that help with growth, and just you can research different oils that help with different things of the scalp. You may notice like throughout the week that your scalp might get itchy, and sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes that can mean your scalp is dry as opposed to dirty. Sometimes it is just dirty. Also, it can be that your hair is dry and it really wants moisture, and that just is a domino effect to unhealthy hair when you're letting it grow out without it being moisturized. So just making sure that you get in the scalp as well as the length of the hair really helps with that. So the very last tip is more so on the mental state parts of keeping the moisture in your hair, and that is focus on the feel of your hair versus the look of your hair. And this is like a huge topic on social media with people claiming that people's hair looks dry. Not everybody has high luster hair. Some people have low luster. I'm one of those people that do have low luster hair. So when I pack on products in my hair, a lot of times it can look like I haven't put anything in my hair. So if that is you, I would focus way more on the feel of your hair. And if your hair feels moisturized, don't worry about it. Don't worry about looking for this shine, because what's going to happen is you're going to keep adding products, and then you end up getting product buildup / greasy hair way before you get moisturized hair. So be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself on the whole journey. It's okay if your hair does not have super high shine. That is okay. Everybody's hair is different, and you're not alone, because I'm in the same boat. So with that, that's the end of all the tips I have for you guys. All of these tips are just from the experience that I've had with my hair, so I hope this was helpful. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, as well as thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, and I promise I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.